Hi, this is Alex with Seller Mogul. This is the first demo of Seller Mogul Lite. So first I'm going to show you the process that normal Amazon sellers use to ship their items to Amazon. And then we're going to show how we can improve the process. So supposedly this is the list of the items that you need to ship to Amazon. The way you would do it manually, you would need to find the items that you need to ship to, select them, and say that you want to send inventory to Amazon. Then you click continue. Then it would ask you if you want case packed products or individual products. So supposedly it's case packed. Continue. And then that's where you specify how many units do you have. So 24, 6. This is just random numbers. We use 32, 6, 24, 6. But as you notice, this is the only place where you can see the UPCs for the numbers, right? Like, and this item doesn't have the UPC, right? And sometimes those UPCs are incorrect. I just want you to remember it later. So, but if you do it Amazon way, this is the only place where you can check UPC. So now you would have to go to each one of your products and check the UPC. Well, the reason is if you don't have the UPCs, then you would need to label the item, right? Or do something about it. So as you see, it selected only 3 items to label right here, right? But we selected 5 items, so it's assuming that the other 2 items have correct UPCs. So from here, you would print the labels. It would show you the labels on this kind of spreadsheet. So, and as you see, they all kind of mix. So now you have to figure out, based on this, which item does this label belongs to. It's kind of confusing, and as you see, they stop in the middle of the spreadsheet and things like this. So it's a very time-consuming process, and as I said, it could be incorrect in a lot of the times. But supposedly you do this, you apply all the rules, and you click continue. And now Amazon created 5 shipment plans for you. So, wow, 5 shipment plans on just about 500 units. So let's go with test 1. Let's go with test 2. Let's do it quicker. Oh. So test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, and test 5. As you see, all of those shipments. Now you basically have to go to each one of those shipments and decide which items go where. So the only way you can really truly do that Amazon style is you need to download this SKU list, which is basically that list. So imagine that you have 100 SKUs, 500 SKUs, and they are broken down in this manner. So, and a lot of those units may or may not be split between the warehouses. So you may have one SKU that goes to this warehouse and this warehouse, or another SKU that goes to this warehouse, and this warehouse. It's all very, very possible, right? So now you have 5 different shipments, and you need to do something about them. So at this point, if you are Amazon seller, the only thing that you can do really is and they basically show you what needs to go everywhere. So you need to sort it out somehow. So you would have like a sorting operation, and then you would say, okay, well, this item goes to this shipment, and then it goes to this shipment. So it's basically would take you a lot of space, and a lot of energy to have it right, and most likely you're going to make mistakes. It's going to take you a lot of time. It's going to take you a lot of energy. But this is not even all of it. You can tell Amazon that you want to ship it to one warehouse only. It's going to be one warehouse per SKU, meaning that you will have one SKU going to one warehouse, another SKU going to another warehouse, like a different one. Let's say you would have only this SKU going to this different warehouse. But the problem is you would have to pay between 20 cents and $1.50 per item for this to happen. But this is not even all of it. So once you separate those this inventory between this fulfillment centers, the next thing that you need to do is you need to now work on individual shipment and tell Amazon how do you ship it. So you go work on shipment, and then if you can use LTL or truck, and the choice that they're going to give you is everything is in one box, one SKU per box, or more than one SKU per box, which is very, very common when you combine multiple SKUs in each box. So and when that happens, so you have to do something like this. If it's 15 boxes or less, then you have to fill out this web form, which is very, very confusing, and it takes forever to do. So you want to say how many boxes you have. So obviously all your items have to be at this time labeled and in the boxes. Then you want to confirm how many boxes you have, and then this is how it looks. So let's say box number 1 has 12 of this, and box number 2 has 12 of this, box number 3 has 12 of this, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, and so on and so on, right? As you notice, and then you have different sizes for the boxes, right? So you would have one box that is, let's say, 4 by 6 by 10, let's say 14 by 6 by 10. Another box would be 12 by 10 by 5, and then you would say this is in box number 2, and this box would be 30 pounds, this box would be 25 pounds. As you see, the amount of entering and amount of possibilities of errors here are tremendous. Even if you're really good at it, you can do it yourself, maybe, possibly, but you can never really do it with the team, because one of these things will get screwed up. You will make mistakes. There's just way too many ways to make mistakes on this. All right. So if you say for whatever reason that you have more than 15 boxes, then they would ask you to download the Excel template. Let's say you have 25 boxes, and that's what you would have. Basically, a file that is very, very complex. It's on multiple different, as you see, it's going to the right for each one of these boxes. And if these items had an expiration date, then each box would be 2 columns. So you would go in for each box, and you would specify what's in each box, 12 of this, and so on and so on. The amount of work that needs to, you see, I don't even know why it's not changing the color here. I guess because I'm not using the Excel, but this is supposed to turn different color when you do this. And this is where you have the specifications for the boxes, right? So the box number 1, you put the sizes, the box number 2, you put the sizes, and so on and so on. So this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and this is a lot of ways. And the biggest thing is that you have to basically touch items more than once. And this is where you check the UPC, but as you see, they missed the 0, and now it looks like the UPC is incorrect, but in reality, it could be correct. So anyway, and so this is what you have to work with if you use Amazon. So you have to do it for each shipment, obviously. So each shipment you have to touch the item more than once. actually 3 times. First time you have to sort it, so this is one touch of the item. The second time you have to apply the labels to it, or make sure that there are labels needed for the item. That's the second time you're touching this item. And the third time is actually specifying what's in each box, and that is the third time when you're touching that particular item. So the labor that is spent on it is quite high. So you can choose not to provide. This is called 2D. This is called the content box requirement. So basically, Amazon wants you to know what's in each box. You can choose not to provide this information. Then Amazon will charge you 10 cents an item. So if you're shipping, let's say 1,000 items, it's already $100. So just on this, and then you'll still need to sort between different warehouses, and then you'll still need to do a lot of different stuff. So now we tried this. We did this for some time before we realized this is not the way to run the business, especially if you are trying to operate, a serious business with a number of employees. The amount of errors that happen this way is quite uncontrollable. So especially when you do, again, this is very easy. This is only 4 SKUs or 5 SKUs that we created. Try to create it with 100 SKUs, and the scope of the problem is just, and let's say 200 boxes, and then it's going to become very, very time involved process and time consuming process. So anyway, so let's go to Seller Mogul. So Seller Mogul basically, Seller Mogul Lite is a part of our main software that just does one thing, and it does it really well. It allows you to ship things to Amazon in a fast fashion. So there's a lot of different functionality here. Let's start with the setup. The setup is very easy. We're going to pick up your inventory. So when you go to your inventory, you're going to see all of your items. So actually, there's going to be a different video because I need to re-log in under a different password, and I don't know what it is.